1.3 Tell me about yourself. 1a Look at the photos. What types of interview could this be? Choose from the list below. Job interview. Interview for a place at university. Newspaper magazine interview. Interview for a talk show radio program. Placement interview for a language course. Top picture job interview. Interview for a place at university or placement interview for a language course. Bottom picture interview for a talk show radio program. B. Look at the list of interview types above. Answer. Questions 1 to 3. 1. Which types of interview above have you experienced? 2. Which will you experience in the future? 3. Do you think it is possible to show the real you in a short interview? Why? Why not? Vocabulary. Interview advice. 2. A work in pairs. What shouldn't you do in an interview? Think of as many things as you can in 2 minutes. You should try to ask questions. B. Look at topics 1 to 3 below and match them to the expressions in the box. Dress smartly. 3. Speak clearly. Answer briefly. Shake hands firmly. Send references. Arrive on time. Avoid eye contact. Be prepared. Do some research. Show enthusiasm. 1 should do during an interview. 2 shouldn't do during an interview. 3 might do before an interview. Three. Read the text and answer the questions. 1. What type of things do some people do to get an interview at Harvard University? They send flowers, chocolates, and other things to get noticed. 2. According to the text, what should you do before and during an interview? Do you agree with the advice? Before an interview, be prepared, do some research about the university company, dress appropriately, arrive on time or 15 minutes early. During an interview, shake hands firmly, make eye contact, speak clearly, offer full answers, show enthusiasm. Function. Talking about yourself. 4a. 15. Listen to 3 extracts from interviews and answer the questions.
Unit 1. Recording 5. 1.
And what about your expectations of the course?
Well, as I've said, I've studied English for many years and spent time in Britain, but that was a few years ago. So for me, the most important thing is to just refresh and try to remember my English, practice speaking and listening.
OK. You've got a very good level of English, so we'd put you in the advanced class. Is there anything else?
Could I ask a question?
Of course.
I can take the morning class from 9 to 12, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And in the afternoon there are optional classes?
Yes. These are special classes with a special focus, like English idioms, conversation, pronunciation. We have the full list here.
I see. Thank you.
No problem. OK, well, thank you very much.
2. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask about, Jade. Your CV says you have some experience of looking after children.
Yes, I was a tutor on a summer camp last year.
Can I ask you about that? What type of things did you do?
Well, I organised games.
Games for?
The children.
OK. And what age were the children?
7 to 10.
OK. And you enjoyed it?
Yes.
What aspect, what part did you enjoy, would you say?
I suppose I'd have to say I liked the games best.
And any problems?
No.
What about the different ages? We often find that different ages together can be difficult.
It depends. In my opinion, you can usually get the older children to help the younger ones.
3.
I think that's about it. Do you have any questions? Any queries?
Yes, actually, I do have a query.
Yes, go ahead.
It's about online classes at the university.
Right.
If I'm accepted, I saw that there are, that it's possible to take some courses online.
That's right.
So I wouldn't need to attend classes.
Not for the online courses, but, well, one thing I'd like to say is that the online courses are in many ways more difficult than face-to-face courses. Certainly in terms of reading and writing, they're really quite demanding.
1. What types of interview are they? Interview 1 equals placement interview for a language course. Interview 2 equals job interview. Interview 3 equals interview for a place at university. 2. Which interviewee doesn't follow the 5 tips? What does she do wrong? Interviewee 2 doesn't show enthusiasm or give full answers. B. Answer questions 1 to 6. Listen again to check. Interview 1. 1. What does the student want to practice? Speaking and listening. 2. What types of classes are in the afternoons? Special classes with a special focus like English idioms, conversation, pronunciation. B. Answer questions 1 to 6. Listen again to check. Interview 2. 3. What did the girl organize on the summer camp? Games. For what can be difficult according to the interviewer? Different ages together. Interview 3. 5. What does the man want to know? If it's possible to take some courses online. 6. Why are online courses more difficult than face-to-face courses? According to the interviewer, there's a lot of reading and writing. 5a. Read the extracts from the interviews. Underline the expressions that introduce a question. Extract 1. T. Okay. Is there anything else? S. Could I ask a question? Extract 2. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask about. Your CV says you have some experience of looking after children. A. Yes, I was a tutor on a summer camp last year. Can I ask you about that? What type of things did you do? 5a. Read the extracts from the interviews. Underline the expressions that introduce a question. Extract 1. T. Okay. Is there anything else? S. Could I ask a question? Extract 2. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask about. Your CV says you have some experience of looking after children. A. Yes, I was a tutor on a summer camp last year. Can I ask you about that? What type of things did you do? Extract 3. I think that's about it. Do you have any questions? Any queries? S. Yes, actually I do have a query. B. Read the extracts below and underline the expressions that are used to introduce an opinion. Extract 1. S. I've spent time in Britain, but that was a few years ago. So for me the most important thing is to just refresh. Extract 2. Okay. And you enjoyed it? A. Yes. What aspect, what part did you enjoy, would you say? A. I suppose I'd have to say I liked the games best. We often find that different ages together can be difficult. A. It depends. In my opinion, you can usually get the older children to help the younger ones. Extract 3. S. So I wouldn't need to attend classes? I. Not for the online courses. But, well, one thing I'd like to say is that the online courses are, in many ways, more difficult than face-to-face courses. Page 128 Language Bank. Talking about yourself. Introducing a question. Could I ask a question? There are a couple of things I'd like to ask about. Can I ask you about that? I have a query. Introducing an opinion. For me, the most important thing is, I'd have to say, in my opinion, one thing I'd like to say is that. Find and correct the mistakes in the conversation below. There are 6 mistakes. A. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask about. B. Go ahead. A. Firstly, which of your films do you think is the best? B. I'd have to say Millennium Dreamer. For me, it's my best film and it was my first comedy. A. Can I ask you about that? You've never done comedy before. Why not? B. I don't know. I suppose people think I'm a serious actor. A. Could I ask a question about your image? Is it accurate? Are you really the strong, silent type in real life? B. No. One thing I'd like to say is that these images are invented by the media. In my opinion, good actors are never just one thing. That's why they're actors. Learn to use 2-word responses. 7a match expressions 1 to 5 with expressions A, E. 1 of course. D, yes, definitely. 2 that's right. B, you're correct. 3 I see. E, I understand. 4 no problem. C, you're welcome. 5 go ahead. A. Please continue. B. Which expressions in exercise 7a are more formal? Read audio script 1.5 on page 164 to see how the expressions are used. Expressions A, E are more formal.
Unit 1. Recording 6. 1.
Of course.
2.
That's right.
3.
I see.
4.
No problem.
5.
Go ahead.
6.
Please continue.
7.
You're correct.
8.
You're welcome.
9.
Yes, definitely.
10.
I understand.
C 1.6 Intonation. Sounding polite. Listen to the expressions in Exercise 7a. Notice how the speaker begins the expression with a high pitch to sound friendly. Listen again and repeat. And role-play an interview in pairs. Follow instructions 1 to 5. 1. Either choose one of the interview types in Exercise 1a or Student A. Turn to page 158 and Student B. Turn to page 162. 2. Decide on your roles. 3. Interviewer. Think of questions. You can make notes if you wish. Interviewee. Guess what type of questions the interviewer will ask and prepare answers. 4. Practice your role play. 5. Perform it in front of other students. 8a Student A. Read your instructions below. You work for a famous business school. Student B wants to do a course at the school. Interview him, her. Use the following prompts and ask about asterisk his, her reason for doing the course. His, her work experience. His, her expectations of the course. His, her plans for the future. Prepare the questions. Remember to ask your partner why he, she is a good candidate for the school and, at the end, if he, she has any queries about the business school.